Hey guys, I just want to take a few seconds before we jump into the tutorial to let you guys know how amazing and wonderful you all have been through this entire NYX Face Awards journey. It has been absolutely incredible. I did not think I would be getting to make a video for you guys in top 12. All of the artists in the top 12 are crazy. All of the artists in top 30 have been wonderful. Like, the looks that have come out this year are so fantastic. The artistry just keeps getting pushed and pushed every year. And I absolutely love it. I love seeing all of the creativity and the talent and just like everything that comes out of it. To be a part of it is like, this round has been pretty crazy. I think most of the top 12 will agree that Optical Illusions like threw us for a little bit. We were like, oh my gosh, it sounded so like just awesome when we heard it. And then when you start diving in trying to think of what to do, it's so intense. And you sit there being like, so I think we've all been feeling the stress in that regards. So sorry, losing train of thought. There's a giant spider on my ceiling, and like a lot of people, I have a very silly phobia of bugs. You think I would have that taken care of, considering I lived in a basement for 4 years of university and there was nothing but bugs. Oh, it's moving. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly take care. Let's go spider hunting really quickly, and then I'll finish this, and then we get to the tutorial. That just seems the most logical. Okay, 1 sec. Okay. Let me grab some tissues. Okay. Oh, this is when it sucks that we have 12-foot ceilings. Okay. Luckily, this couch is pretty stable. So oh my gosh. I say as I like almost fall. We will get it. Okay, come here, you little bugger. Okay. Oh my God. Please don't move on me. Please don't move. Okay. Oh, almost got it. Oh crap!
The patient seems to have taken a hard fall. We'll need to take some x-rays to assess the damage. We'll be needing a full x-ray of the patient's left arm and right leg. It would appear that the patient had fallen from several feet. The damage was caused by an improper landing.
All right, to get my optical illusion going, I need to start with the leg. I marked out the bone structure with the NYX Coastal Electric Liner and started to fill in the black with the NYX SFX body paint. That is, of course, until Crunchy decided she was in dire needs of pets and attention. Kitty break aside, I used the black body paint on a sponge and applied it uneven and streaky, only making sure that the streak stayed vertical. This helps to allow you to build up the opacity of the black, as well as create a bit of line texture that can help the printed look of an X-ray sheet. From there, you can see I started building up that black and the detail with the Hot Black Primal eyeshadow. I used a lot of this shadow for this look, as it works to give you that pure dark black where you need it and blended gray tones for softer areas. Something to keep in mind for all body parts in this look is that X-rays are typically not super clean or crisp, and the bones tend to appear with texture and different overlays as they are taken from only one angle. I paired the body paint with the Black Bean Jumbo Pencil around the outside of the leg, and then I used a bit of the blue primal shadow just to create a bit of smokiness and cooler tones for the overall look. And then for detailing the bones leading into the foot, I used a mirror to try and see my ankle better. This is a little trippy at first since it felt weird to paint something out in front of me with a mirror, but you do eventually adjust. After the leg, I moved on to painting my left arm, repeating the steps of mapping out the plexiglass borders, sketching the bone structure, and lightly filling around with the black body paint. Admittedly, these are some pretty intense breaks and fractures from a fall from the couch, but being the real klutz that I am, I didn't really want to try the opening scene from my rooftop. For the white areas, I did use the white body paint, as well as the gel liner in certain areas. Something I found very useful for the body paint was to take a spatula and apply the white to the upper area of my arm there, and that way as it sat there, it was warmed by my body heat and became even more pliable to work with. I used different sizes of brushes back and forth between the black eyeshadow and the white paint, often sticking to a flat liner brush for the black and a 000 liner brush for the whites. These can usually be found at an art store and are very fine liners. When I wanted softer blends, I took fluffier brushes with the black shadow. Bones and x-rays tend to be slightly see-through and then have thicker, opaque edges, mostly as a result of their cylindrical forms and the bone marrow interior. Something else I found very fun and kind of surprising looking at numerous reference pictures was that a lot of x-rays have a kind of smokiness to them and a wispiness around the bone lines. This will be far more apparent in the face x-ray as the structure is much more complex and delicate than the arm or leg. You can see a bit better here why I add in the blue shadow every once in a while, mainly because the skin and muscle in your arm will often leave a bit of a gray reading on an x-ray, but also because I just love the cooler tone looking x-rays. I was going to do this look in mainly teals and blues, but after looking at so many black and white references, I wanted the more authentic look. But on to the funnest part, which is the face. I do recommend pre-opening your jars or containers, as losing function of your thumb can prove tricky. To help sell this illusion, I needed to center part my hair, and using the Redken hairspray and sculpt gel, I slicked back the right side of my head. For the normal side of my face, I used the Invincible Full Coverage Foundation in Ivory and paired that with the HD Concealer in Porcelain. For my eye, I kept it super simple using only 3 colors, a taupe matte shadow for my crease, the matte white for the brow highlight and inner corner, and then the gold from the highlighter palette on top of my lid. For my brow, I just quickly filled it in with the Sculpt Brow Duo in Taupe Vanilla and kept it pretty soft and simple. You guys know brows are not my strong suit. I did a winged liner with the gray felt tip liner and then followed that with the Voluptuous mascara to my top and bottom lashes. To finish it off, I applied the NYX Full Throttle lipstick to half of my lips, and then that was it. To get started on the skeletal side of my face, I blacked out my slicked hair with a temporary black hairspray, and then I held the plexiglass to the opposite side of my face so I could use my right hand to sketch the line down the center. Your brows don't need to be covered for this, but flattening them down with a glue stick will help for the cream over top. Also, if you're rocking facial piercings, it may ruin the illusion a little bit. This part is of course the same as the arm and leg, but there is a lot more going on in the face x-ray. I had my reference right beside me the entire time because I had to constantly look to it to map out my lines. For this, I used a liner brush nearly the entire time. When defining the contours of the skull, it's not quite the same as a traditional skull makeup, where you make strong defined lines and add contrast. This is much more wispy and almost vein-like in how the white is applied. I constantly thought of smoke rising or drifting away. I did define the main skull lines with brighter, more dominant applications of white, but then made other areas appear further away or foggy. My favorite thing to do with eyes for skulls or dramatic makeup is apply a gel liner to the lid and go around that with black eyeshadow to set it. Creams and shadows on their own tend to move away from oily lids or just from the constant movement of the eye. This will make sure it stays in place. Here I moved back into the black eyeshadow and packed it on in areas where I wanted it to look more recessed and blended it in areas where there was less depth. If you move along the center line at all and mess it up or go outside, you can take a folded makeup wipe and pull it downwards to create a clean straight line. For areas like the cheeks and around the nose, I played with the wispy line look to create definition, but also a faint and consistent definition. The eyes on this are also very different from a traditional skull makeup. Because there is a back to the skull, in skull x-rays, an eye is not going to be entirely black. So you want to actually add in little wisps and definition and smokiness to it. I would say the teeth are probably the most different though from doing normal makeup. They are not opaque. Think of anytime you've been to the dentist and they take x-rays, you can almost see through the teeth, whether it's like worn down enamel or whatever. So I kind of made sure that there was always little black and grays in between the teeth and also pulled them up higher where they would root into the skull. For my face injury, I just did a really slight little fracture along the jaw as if I smashed my face into the ground. But I just did a little bit of detailing by adding black shadow and then using the white along the outside to better define it. I finished up the look by carrying it slightly down onto the neck and collarbone area, and then I just defined that line of where the plexiglass would be held, but that was it for my X-ray illusion makeup. This is my submission video for top 12 of the NYX Face Awards. The theme was optical illusions. Hopefully I succeeded in that for you guys. I cannot believe that you got me here, that I was able to make this video for you, and I am so blown away. Thank you very much. This look was incredibly difficult to line up with my camera. I did so many retakes. I even had to redo my arm and leg on a different day just to try and get a better shot. You can see that for my retake, I painted my entire pinky instead of just part of it like I did the first day. If you want to see me in that top 6, please go ahead and vote from now, July 15th, until the 22nd. You are able to vote 3 times a day per email address per person on the NYX Face Awards website, which I will have linked below and on all my other social media. It is entirely thanks to you guys that I am even here, and hopefully with your help, I will be able to make it to top 6 and go to LA for the finale. Thank you so much, you guys, for getting me through and being with me through this crazy NYX Face Awards journey. We are 4 videos in, and I hope I can be there in that finale to show you guys something fantastic to finish it off. Thank you so much, you guys, for everything throughout this entire crazy months of awesomeness. You are the best. I love you so much, and I will see you next video.